Why do we want to go to Cannes? Well, one of the reasons was that we discovered that with a young, creative, tech-savvy workforce, that their attitude to work and their commitment to a company was very different to, say, someone from perhaps my generation. So we soon realised that simply being able to do the best creative work of your life was not necessarily enough. And that's why we decided to launch our own business incubator program, where everybody could submit their ideas, and in return, we would offer to prototype those ideas and take the winning idea to market. Just to make sure we weren't simply talking to ourselves, I thought it'd be a lovely idea if we went out and about in Cannes and asked other people what they do to nurture and retain young creative talent.
How do you retain and nurture young talent? And clearly, getting young people in, some fresh energy, fresh blood into an agency is very important.
Really what people need is an environment where they feel safe to come up with ideas and to take risks. And I think if you create that for young people, then they can really flourish.
Making sure that they're able to explore and grow within the bounds so no one feels too constrained or too locked in to their choice.
We believe it's all about creating the right environment for people to feel empowered, to have the courage to fail, which is hugely important.
Agencies are complicated places, they're chaotic places, they're dynamic places. For people to feel part of that, they have to have that sense of belief instilled in them.
The way we do it in Scandinavia is we have really flat structures, so you learn early on that your opinion matters.
They are unfettered by the way that we think about agencies today, and so you have to make sure that you don't impose the structures that we normally think about on them.
I think the best way to make sure that young people stay at the agency is to simply not let them leave. Making sure that there are locks on the doors and key cards don't work, and so they have no choice.
We have recently found that an annual behind-the-scenes set tour of Game of Thrones can be hugely effective.
Send them on our academies at Cannes Lions.
Make sure that they're fed. I mean, people can't work if they're starving and passed out.
A large amount of alcohol is an important component of any creative department.
Don't be an asshole. That's actually harder than it looks.
So why were we looking at Project Iliad in the first place? And I think there were really two key things that we looked at. First of all, if part of this whole project was looking at how do you retain and make sure that you're maximising the potential of your existing workforce, when they are largely made up of millennials and Generation Y, there were two key insights we saw. The first being that they want to feel that they're being engaged and used to their potential, full potential. The second is that whilst they may enjoy working on the clients on a day-to-day basis, they also feel that actually putting something back into the community is pretty important for that type of generation. And therefore, allowing people to present and get involved in projects that actually do both was a real driver behind the Iliad project.
Project Iliad has affected my life in a lot of ways. It's provided me with a huge amount of opportunities in all sorts of areas. I mean, I got to go to Cannes, for example, and I've worked with people over the Unlimited group. They've helped me hugely, and it's been full on, it's been hard work, but it's been really exciting and it's been a really great experience. The app that I've invented is to help people that are living with dementia. So my mum has been looking after people with dementia for the past 10 years, and she highlighted that a problem is them simply wandering off. So my idea is for the person with dementia to wear a beacon, and this connects to an app on the carer's phone, and then if the person wearing the beacon walks past a certain distance, the app will alarm and alert the carer. So it's not a GPS, it's not a tracking device, it's a warning device.
The core thing was not only do people feel really motivated by being engaged in such projects, but actually the rest of the businesses demonstrated how they could all come together and actually support projects like this. So from the healthcare business to the research business to the labs, every agency in the group has actually been involved in actually delivering this project through to fulfillment, and that's really motivated and engaged the whole business and demonstrated in a real life situation how individuals can all work together for a better cause.